I'm Germaine Ingram. I was born and grew up here in Philadelphia. I was a lawyer for 30 years, mostly a litigator. My last year in law school, I took my first dance class, and that began my sort of meandering investigation of dance.
My name is Gwendolyn Rooker. I moved to Philadelphia approximately 10 years ago. Most of the clowning that I've done has been specifically for children in communities in crisis.
My name is Jebney Lewis, and I am a maker of stuff, usually in collaboration with other people. And sometimes those people are young people, sometimes they're scientists, sometimes they're other artists.
My name is David Hutchman. I'm the Director of Performance at Please Touch Museum. Been there for almost 12 years. And before working full-time for kids, I've been in and around and under and over the theater world since high school.
My name's Brennan, and I am the Artistic Director of Tribe of Fools Theater Company. I studied at the Del Arte School of Physical Theater in Northern California.
My name is James Abbott. I'm a photographer. I studied at the Cranbrook Academy of Art in Michigan. Photography was my major. It's sort of the only medium I'm competent in, and I've been doing it now for a long time.
My PIFA time machine moment is elusive because it's the decade from 1900 to 1910 when Philadelphia was really at the height of its powers as an industrial center.
The centerpiece of my PIFA moment is that that time at St. George's Church, which is still a practicing congregation, Methodist congregation here in Philadelphia. That time when the African Americans walked out of St. George's Church, and that was the spark that led to their active pursuit of an African church.
My project being based on Berlin, and in many ways, people think, and the wall. So that's going back in time, and almost 25 years, and I have such a memory of the place, having worked so much there. But recently I returned, and in a way, even though it was the present, that was a time machine to the future to me, because I had not been there in 20 years.
May 10th, 1876, it's the opening day of the centennial, the big 100-year birthday party for America that took place in this city in 1876. And President Ulysses S. Grant has come to town, as presidents do, to open the fair.
Aaron, Cromie, and I have decided to travel to Tennessee in 1914. And there were very few pleasures, and the pleasures that did exist often came on a train in a circus.
PIFA Project is a play called Shut Your Wormhole, which is all about the creation of the first time machine, using wormhole technology and opening up microscopic holes to travel through time. And it happens here in Philadelphia. It's developed at the University of Pennsylvania, and it explores the sort of ethics and conundrums of time travel.
I think a time machine would just be such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful tool to have for me anyway. There are a lot of people that I would like to know better that I just have stories of.
I would use it to try to figure out what stories haven't been told. Where are the hidden narratives? What's been covered over? What's been forgotten? So that hopefully by uncovering those untold narratives, we can get a better appreciation of what those incidents mean for our present and for our future.
I would have loved to have been there when they unveiled the Wanamaker organ and played the first major chord in that building, and had people experience what that level of kind of wonderful sound felt like in their bodies.
As a photographer, I would go back in time to bear witness and to try and understand. It wouldn't be my inclination to try and change things.
I think that a time machine or like time travel, this theme, it allows us to look at stories from other times. It allows us to look at history and the dynamics of history, because we can talk about the future and still learn about history. If I were traveling back in time, I've always gotten the impression that it would make me nauseous. And if I didn't throw up, I would most likely probably pass out. Like I would probably come to wherever I was dropped off.
I always thought that traveling would be a smell. Because I'm sure people smell different. For one thing, people didn't clean like they did back in 1876. They don't, or even 10 years ago. And I would think the same thing going forward, that the air would be more or less polluted, the water would be more or less whatever, and I just think it would just stick in your nose.
I feel like going back in time, because the old times are in our bodies already. So it seems to me that's very often a matter of getting quiet and focusing in and feeling those past times in a kinesthetic sense.
I get really excited that PIFA gives artists the opportunity to work on a shared theme at a similar time. They make it possible, but it's not, lots of very, very different ideas that are coming from very different places, but that this is coming from actually an invitation to, to address the idea of time travel.
Force the Kimmel to reach out and say, would you join us on this incredible thing, we're this big fair we're doing, would you come and join us, is like astronomically, I can't explain how exciting it is for me, but for the staff, for all the people that are designing logos and posters, for all the people that are writing copy, for just all the marketing, everybody in education. There's this huge buzz about it. It's just, it's beyond anything we've done.
We like the arts, and the arts really provide a new perspective, a new point of view that we might not have gotten to before. And I think that that's why this is really important. And it's dressed up as something zany and fun and comic and interesting. And it is all these things, but it also kind of provides a deeper insight, and it provides a deeper insight in a way that we might not otherwise go looking for it.
That is very exciting to me. That is a level of challenge and work and imagination that I hadn't come up with on my own. That I am happy somebody slipped the idea under the door, and I'm more than willing to run with it.
I'm so excited to jump in different people's machines and spin around and see what people come up with.
PIFA and my participation in PIFA is a way for me to continue my excavation of just how that process of imagination, especially imagination about events about which very little is written, imagining those narratives that weren't written about, how that gives people a sense of curiosity, a sense of inquiry and questioning about parts of our history that we've sort of taken for granted, that we've accepted as fact.
I love being part of a larger collective. Even though we're all doing things that are very, very different, it's just so much bigger than me. And it's a second chance. I mean, this is a body of work I love that I felt like with the passage of time, I never did the final chapter to. And this has given me the opportunity to do the final chapter.
I'm really excited about a festival that deals in a really broad way with the concept of time, because I feel like we're both trapped by time, fascinated by time, and oblivious of it at the same time. And so I think that the theme is particularly resonant for this city, because it is a city that has such a rich history.
The whole thing is just this amazing rush of time and energies and concentrations, and it's not like anything I've ever done before.
First, I would say they should get ready. They should get ready to bring questions about the time that they're going to visit. They should maybe do some research, you know. But at the very least, they should be thinking about what it means to travel through time and to be in a different place.
Use it as a way of questioning. Use it as a means of internal investigation. Make it less about virtuosity and more about meaning.
I mean, there's just so many shows and so many places in time to land and experience. It's going to be a bit of a brain stuffer to catch it all, or catch a lot of it.
I would just hope that it's kind of a rush. Like for what I'm doing, I really want it to be kind of a rush, because I feel like, especially something like time travel, it's like anything where you are trying to hold on to forces that are much faster moving and much more powerful than you are.
It's a huge vote of confidence PIFA has given local artists, and to give us these venues and extraordinary places where these events are going to happen, and the degree of attention and advance. People will know this exists. Those are all things that don't always exist every time we go out to do a project. And you know, our goal is to reach audiences, and this is a great audience.
I think Philadelphia is going to be really excited and wind up having a really great time when the PIFA time machine launches, because they're going to have all these opportunities to discover, you know, new times. And yeah, I just imagine, like, late at night just going out and catching another show and having it be meaningful and interesting and worthwhile.
I hope that Philadelphia audiences jump in a time machine to a destination that they never thought they would dream of going.
Hi, yeah. Yes. No, I've been on hold for quite a while. Yes, I'm calling for tech support. My time machine, it's dropping me off somewhere, and I'm not really sure where it is. Yeah, no, I don't have a warranty. It would be really cool if I didn't have to hold again.